said, Keith, they can see, they've got more information than we
Well, they've got cameras on the sides. Mamela stood there.
told him clearly this weekend.
Yeah, disaster for Cal Crutchlow. But I suspect that somebody from BT Sport will be asking to see something like that as well, just to get a verification of it.
He started in FP1, he crashed quite early, and he sort of never really gained any momentum this weekend, did he, Keith?
No, he ended up happy look on his face, which is unusual for the happy-go-lucky Danilo.
Some lines, the difference in motorcycles. There we go.
Squeeze it in there.
And that's the difference with motorcycles. The Yamaha turns, the Ducati doesn't.
You can see it's the front again, and quite a MotoGP race going on here. Look at him, he's already on the back straight. These guys are only just coming into Marquez, well away at the front. That gap is up to 6.17.
Ago now, his best ever result in this class is an 8th place. He's currently sat in 4th and looking incredibly good, feels like. Sat behind him. Maverick
always have the most technicians.
Well, actually, I've just been thinking, whose crew chief he's got?
Yeah,
Mavericks. Because he's got this thinking now, thankfully for him, by the Petronas team, and his rider's currently in front of the rider that sacked him.
6.5, it went up from 6.1 to 6.5 last time around. Marc Marquez leads this race. Quartararo's got a medium rear in, so has Franco Morbidelli, his teammate. Crutchlow did have, but of course got a medium rear. Valentino Rossi.
40s, 40.2s, 40.4.
10 so far. Chain jumping off a sprocket. Very, very odd that was. I've not seen that for some time.
He's had a funny down a little bit. Yes, that was another 39. He's now 7 seconds in the lead. The skill level we witnessed in that free practice one when this track was absolutely filthy was, well, it was
Gami qualified again, equalled his best qualifying position of this year from Qatar.
It's the older, well, that's last year's Honda.
Yeah. And rider with a bit of a, he looks like a Honda rider.
The scruff of its neck.
Oh! That was nearly a trip up there for Jack.
And then Jack was very lucky there.
You're running into someone and you've got that little bit extra momentum. It's difficult to get out of it,
I was going to say, the race here, you've got to, it's almost like you've got to try and bring your heart rate down. You've got to try and give your tyres an easier time. Sorry, that was a late attempt by Maverick Vinales, and it can't quite carry the corner speed on the when a Ducati's in front of them. Yeah. Shout out for Rins, right? I'll keep an eye on his lap times because he's only 2 seconds off 3rd place. You'll see him in the back of shot.
Back on the 6th row, be dancing on the tarmac in front of that pit wall next time round. Trying to set everybody's gone for. And, well, the overlap that you get from Michelin
has gone for a soft front. Valentino's gone for a hard front. What a soft front will do, it'll give you more grip on braking areas. It moves around more. Vinales' problem is
it's in the area that you're looking for, and Vinales' tyre choice is also, and as it gets further into the race, it's just going to get worse.
Shout out, so we'll
0.3 seconds now, the lead from Marquez back to Rossi here in 2nd place, hasn't he? And you just get the feeling that this man is just going to go for 2nd place unless Marquez can, that the amount of stick that this tyre gets is equal now. And with normal symmetric tyre to be fitted to the rear of these bikes.
In place, his lap time basically, but it's just taken him too long, obviously, to get going.
It was the words that you said followed it was when you said, and 1 point for Lorenzo at the moment, but we've seen it all before with him on. Effectively, they gave him no reason to stay, so he found a place at Honda and left Ducati just when he started.
How soul-destroying that is, though, Keith, when someone comes past you that quick.
But it hooked up so well. Well, maybe that rear tyre cooling scoop is better than tyre.
I'm only
just give me a smack. A wind-up in the paddock here, isn't it? The whole subject is a bit of a wind-up. Yeah, just go and ask Aprilia. Tino looking like the younger man. Sadly, Carol Abraham has taken a turn at turn 1.
This is going to annoy you. It's Cal Crutchlow in the 39s. There's only one other man in the 39s. Yes, that's Marc Marquez.
Before they penalised him so severely with a ride-through. And obviously that ride-through penalty, I thought that perhaps they would make him go around the penalty loop, but I think that's more for...
That row ends up leading into still like then battling for the podium.
He's the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where it's...
it's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is a tricky one. Here's Davidzic. He'd won the 2nd of the court cases. Today was the last day that anyone could sport, so 5 days on, Sunday today. Oh, Tito's gone down at turn 1 as well. Turn 1 is a really tricky... I was trying to make a rather poor joke, I think. So Morbidelli and Petrucci getting stuck together. And all the time, Jack Miller is one side then the other side.
There's been a lot do that this week.
Then
Dovi's done that, Petrucci's done it.
here's Rins in front of Miller. Bet on that right early on, didn't for certain. There was smoke, maybe it's coming out the grandstand, who knows. Or now, for those of you still paying attention to where he's gone, Marc Marquez leads this race if you just switched on. This is the battle motorcycle, it pulls you together sometimes. Nothing much you can do about it, almost lifts you out the seat.
The problem is, his lap time's slower, so he's now holding up Morbidelli.
It could get worse yet. Yeah, he was a star in Qatar, and I'm sure he will be here as well. Top 10 finish for second place for this man will go down to 0.3. It is now. It's 10.3 last time I looked there. Every lap, he's taken a second out of them now. 9, Dovizioso just did. It's nearly a second a lap Marquez is taking.
Even at this stage, because I'd be thinking...
Jack forcing his way, but letting Rins through. So that gives Alex Rins a nice clear run on the inside line there.
Ridley now, all the way, what was he? 16th on the grid? Yes, he was 16th on the grid.
Well, he was, could catch them. Or tell you what, these two in the front, they're going to be getting the board regarding what's happening behind them very soon, because Rins
Petrucci's on a good
wait unless he cuts something off, because he looks as thin as any man of his size.
2 stone heavier than his teammate.
Well, that's the problem he's got all the time, isn't it? I mean, he makes a joke.
Tyres, then you've got tyre wear, overheating.
Well, that whole tyre cooling idea was really for him in the first place.
It was for his weight, and it was for the way Jack Miller rides a Ducati, by spinning it a little.
11.9 still. Mark's gone on cleared off at the front. Dovi's just pacing himself. You've got to be so pin sharp working it out in pit lane. But
a little bit, this is going to be late.
Yeah, but having said that as well, the Honda was faster in a straight, so it's not quite the same as it was.
No.
And all the aero that they've got hanging off it now, the Ducati, that creates drag and that the 42 is on its way.
Yeah, basically why they're telling him that is, on his pit board, he knows Valentino, but that's the warning saying he's carrying more speed coming through. And that, I think that's going to be his...
Exactly. 6 laps to go. This is always puts his fastest time in at this point as well. Drives crew chiefs mad.
It seems to suit his style more.
12 watch Rins, who is also matching Marquez's time. In fact, he was the fastest man.
His arms out still, Keith.
Won't help.
Like, whoa, steady on, son.
Go. Rins, all eyes are on the Suzuki. This will be a remarkable ride from him from down. It's going to be a question of whether he's got tyres left at the end of this race, isn't it, really?
That's true. Crutchlow getting the points. Zarco, he's 4 seconds up the road.
KTM look better here this week as well, haven't they? So Zarco, because he's been performing, turning, stopping and turning. So maybe towards the end of this lap, he's lining himself up for...
Has to do Petrucci.
Because otherwise he won't get on touch with Dovi and Rossi. What was Dovi's time last? Rossi.
Yeah.
But 39.9. Marquez is still quicker than anyone else out there.
Imagine if he...
I think that's what second place man Dovizioso has got pretty much worked out. He knows he can't touch Marc. That overhead camera shows up every... But did it cut out? Is there a problem on... Yeah, he's got a problem somewhere. That crutch though at work as well. He's still going fairly quick out there. I was about to say that these bikes all...
He is. On the last lap into there.
He's got a hard front in. That won't have gone off at all. He's right with Dovizioso. He's way down the end of the front straight and already onto turn 2 before anybody...
On the start and finish straight. Turn back underneath him. Miller's going to get him here on the straight. Watch this Ducati power now behind you.
Yeah, that's going to upset Rins.
So that's probably helped him a little bit.
And it's still hooked, according to Miller. So the full factory Ducati is where Miller... A headache, not only today, but because Miller wants that factory bike, the full factory bike. Marc Marquez, we've seen very little of him. He's been out front for such a long time.
This could be Marc Marquez's biggest win. He's had a 12-point-something second win.
Rins is not in a fight with 2 fast bikes in a straight line. And 2 fast. Look at that, 39, 39, 39.
Certain tracks we go to, Keith, that this man can walk on with it every time he comes here.
He's HRC top brass at trackside. Happy to someone in front and looks this confident. Guaranteed he's going to try and make a pass, and he'll probably make it stick. This place, it's been diminishing over the years in different markets, shall we say. Way at the front, I got a punch for that as well. And you bought dinner last night. That's twice you're upset. Dovi, what's going to happen here? Valentino Rossi looking to get second place. 12.4 seconds. And that might well be if he's ever had in MotoGP. Oh, look at the way the Ducati cleared off from the Yamaha in a straight. Will Dovi get him back? Well, Dovi's done it before with Marc Marquez. That's it. Oh!
Maverick
Vinales. Well, Vinales is down, but the doctor is going to take second place, surely. Marvellous Marc Marquez has done it again for the third time here at Termas de Rio Hondo. A massive, massive margin with a soft rear tyre. And in second place will surely be Valentin second. It is Dovizioso third. He will go second in the championship with that disappointing third where he's headed. Here comes Cal Crutchlow over the line. Crutchlow finishes up in a 13th, while Morbidelli and Vinales